What's a harmless thing that terrified you as a child? Swallowing seeds from fruits. Was teased that they would grow and take over my insides and a tree would eventually burst out of me. Did you grow up watching Rugrats? Literally was just about to mention that episode. I think, for people between 30 and 35, that episode caused us to be fearful of seeds and the brave little toaster made us unreasonably attached time material objects. Damn, I had no idea Rugrats aired before I was born. I read your comment and became very confused because it was a favorite show of mine when I was little, and I'm only 24. I guess I didn't understand the concept of reruns at age 4. Ceiling fans. I was afraid that it would come off the ceiling still spinning and chop me up like a helicopter blades. That and millions of bugs crawling through the windows and covering my bed like the plastic casket things people used to lay in on Fear Factor. Yeah, I totally grew out of that fear. It's not like I, an adult, strategically arrange my bed to make sure that the ceiling fan can't kill me while I sleep. That would be so silly. That happened to me years ago. My ex-husband and I were sleeping when we heard a loud whomp, 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 and we both sat up and one of the blades went flying off. Luckily it went the opposite way of us, but it scared the crap out of us. Well, now that fear will never leave. Thanks, I guess. But I thought you grew out of it. 1. I had until that comment. Whenever the floorboards creaked, I imagined myself or my bed falling through the floor into the basement. Press the like button. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for future notification. Happened to a neighbor's daughter. 13-year-old girl, chilling in the bath. There's a creak and next thing the bath is in the kitchen. She wasn't hurt. By any chance, was your neighbor's 13-year-old daughter actually Cleveland Brown? No. Aw, that's nasty, that's got all my stink of the day in it. What's he referencing? They're both referencing Family Guy, before Cleveland Brown off the show got his own spin-off. The FBI warning before movies. Scared the shit out of me. I was terrified of the glowing lights coming out of the earth during the Universal theme song. Unleash the Kraken. That a spontaneous food fight would break out during the lunch period in middle school. I had a weird phobia of condiments and didn't want to wind up being covered in condiment-laced food, or just covered in food. I was also a strict rule follower, and a food fight was the exact opposite of following the rules. I was a stressed out tween. I've always had this weird aversion to tomato sauce, ketchup, can't stand the smell, taste, or sight of it, and I'll dry retch if it gets on me. My brother used to chase me around with it and I'd cry so much. I think it's similar to yours because while tomato sauce is the worst, others still disgust me almost to the same extent. For me it's blueberries and strawberries. Still can't stand them. Don't share your aversion, but I can see when. Tomatoes can be kinda gamey if they're the bland US kind. Then added sugar in sauces. Also acidic. Can be similar to vomit emo. I have that with peanut butter in anything peanut related. Turns out I'm allergic to peanuts. Press the like button. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for future notification. Escalators scared the shit out of me. Trying desperately to fit within a rectangle before it becomes a step, jumping off of them at the end to avoid being sucked down into oblivion. And there was one or two anecdotal stories from the news to convince me that they were, in fact, killers. I'm dead certain I triggered an escalator to go into safety shutdown mode as a kid. It had bristles on either side, so I shoved my dumb kid foot into it thinking it was a shoe polisher, and when my dumb kid foot got stuck for an instant, the whole thing came to a sudden halt. The grumblings of all the adults, parents of mine included, made me think I shouldn't ever tell this until just now. It isn't a shoe polisher. I still do that. Guess I'll stop now. What is it for, anyway? Escalator brushes are installed on the sides of escalators and moving walkways to keep people from standing too close to the edges. Loose, low-hanging clothing, shoelaces, soft-soled shoes, and other such items are at risk for becoming caught in the moving track or moving stairs, so these brushes are designed to provide a gentle reminder for people to stand at a safe distance from the moving edges. Which is a bit of a failure, because they also encourage people to stick their feet into them to polish their shoes. Should have added spikes instead. Yep, razor wire. My mom always emphasized the dangers of escalators so that I would be cautious and hold her hand, but she tended to use graphic descriptions of like how it would suck my hair in if I fell down it and then they wouldn't be able to get me out, so I found them disproportionately terrifying. Now, as a 34-year-old woman, I avoid down escalators unless I absolutely have to use them, and then it takes me a minute to psych myself up to step on. It's basically the embodiment of that David Mitchell quote, "The trouble is that some children are timorous and some children are reckless, and in order to save the lives of reckless children, warnings are calibrated for their safety, the result of which is that the timorous live in a state of perpetual terror." What I needed to be told is, you know what? Most days, you won't die. It's fine. Emergency broadcast. Fuck that noise to this day. When you're just vibing at 1 a.m. and that fucking alarm comes out of nowhere and sends you to the shadow realm. Amber alerts, and National Weather Service beeps, are the worst, agreed. Every time an Amber alert comes on my phone, it is super loud and I jump no matter when it comes. The Weather Service alerts are loud too, but dang, those Amber alerts are going to do me in one day. Come to think, an Amber alert is for abducted children, and one coming up at 2 a.m. is beyond scary shit. Exactly. Wakes me up and my heart is beating fast and I think I am in danger and freak out until I see the phone. Takes me a while to calm down and get back to sleep. Oh man, or if you are in a crowded place like a mall or train station and everyone's phone starts going off at the same time. Press the like button. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for future notification. Old televisions, right after you turn them off, they would glow for a bit. That's when the monsters could come out of the TV and get you. Sounds like poltergeist has scarred another person. I had to, and still do, always close my closet doors and was absolutely terrified of looking under my bed, especially at night. That's why I have bed from IKEA with drawers under, so no space to hide. I once proudly said to my therapist that there was no space under my bed, and no closet in my bedroom, So no places for no monsters to hide. She answered, you still have a door, right? This is why I'm always locking my door before I go to sleep. To prevent anyone from saving you. Sharks in the swimming pool. Could be 3 feet deep and I was still terrified. Jaws was just gonna leave only my trunks floating in the water. LOL, you ever floated in a pool while closing your eyes and then your brain is like, imagine if this was the ocean and you jolt to open your eyes to remind yourself you're not. And then you drifted to the part where your feet can't touch the bottom and you're really fucked. And then you see a dead bee float towards you. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe.